Are you ready to do this yet?
Alright, let's talk about some things that are pretty important. Talk about some diseases and things like that on plants. Specifically, when we talk about citruses. So here, at least in our zone, we don't have to worry about a lot of things that a lot of the lower zones have to worry about. We don't have a lot of humidity. Humidity breeds all sorts of bacterias and things that you don't want around or on. Here we don't have that issue as much, but there are things we have to think about, like things like mites and things like that that love the hot and dry. When I was going around on my citrus, I did notice some things on it that are concerning. But I don't. It might just be a mite issue. I don't know what it is. But to me, I was doing some research, specifically the Asian Psyllid. Apparently, these things are wiping out fruit trees across the nation. Florida was devastated by it, and a lot of California, and they're getting protected by it. There's a lot of places you can't. You ever wonder why you can't get things shipped to specific places? This is one of the reasons. So anytime you get a new tree, you probably want to really take the time and inspect it, especially when it's getting shipped from someplace else, and probably quarantine it for the first year or so in a different area across that's not mixing in, because once you get something like the Asian Citrus, you're done. There's nothing else you can do about it. Some of the effects of that is your fruits and things like that will not ripen, and then after that, it'll slowly just suck the juices out of your tree and it'll die. They look similar to mites, but they also have their differences. So let's go take a look. So take a look at this. What type of issue is this? It's funny. I see this in groups all the time. They talk about their citrus is green. Well, this also is what citrus looks like when it's being affected by the Asian syphilid greening. And I don't know if it is or isn't, but I'm gonna put up a site that you need to contact. Luckily, this is over here by itself, but this is also a citrus down here. This is a key or the it's a lime though, so I wouldn't be able to tell if it's being affected or not. Salvia, I need to cut some of this down. But luckily, this isn't by all my citrus. It's over kind of by itself. But bees can carry these bugs around. Wind can blow these everywhere. And there's no cure for it. You have to pretty much burn it all. And I really don't want this to affect my other citrus. Peaches coming in. Beautiful flowers. Look at these blooms. We are in a flow state this year. And this will cover up some of these blueberries from the harsh sun. This is my donut peach. All in pots, mind you guys. You can grow in pots. This thing tried to fruit for me. This is the third year, so I'm letting it fruit. I've let it root and then grow. Now we're gonna let it fruit this year. And these things look like gnats. Like they have little red eyes. Their butts stick in the air. When they're feeding, it looks like a honeydew residue. Like little excrements pop out of them. And what it's doing, it's sucking the juices out, and as well as their bacteria is what's really killing. And pretty much once your tree's infected, it can remain asymptomatic, and it can pretty much go to other trees, and eventually your tree will produce less and less fruit as it goes on, and then they'll get kind of deformed and green, as we're seeing here. I'm going to leave some contact information in the description as well. You can go on to contact your local health director or whatnot. Hope you're prepared to be grossed out, because I want to show you something. Alright, as you can see here, enhance. Now these could just be mites. I mean, it's making my skin crawl. But mites and all this stuff, they're generally easy to deal with. In general, I mean, if these are Asian syphilids and there is HLB, then it is what it is. But I am still going to treat this. The research that I saw says that it can be treated to an extent, possibly, if you catch it early enough. But you're generally going to be looking at your new growth for these sort of things. but there's organic ways to handle this. And in general, you want to kind of get into a rotation of doing this on any new growth in the new season in general. I'm just going to show you what I do. Citrus do so well here. I don't know why it's not like a bigger staple here, but I definitely don't want this affecting everyone, and you should do the same. I mean, that's really all it takes. A strong pressure water will knock them off. You want to get the upper part and the lower part. There are sprays. You can do liquids with soap and oil and whatnot, but it really, I would just get in a rotation of doing this, and they don't like to be wet either. So anyway, that's all there is for today. I didn't even know about this. It's a thing. Leave me a comment below. You have any issues with this? Have you been successful with getting rid of this? As usual, any thoughts, concerns, comments? I think there's a lot of people that don't even know about this. Like I said, I didn't even know about this. This could be simply that this is a new tree and we're just being affected. I haven't had this. I've only had this tree for 2 years, and I'm just now allowing it to fruit. So that's kind of my process. It just depends. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. This is not something that should be taken lightly. Like, I don't know if you noticed that spike in citrus purchase, like orange juice, $5 for, a couple quarts of orange juice. This is why all these places are getting wiped out of trees. And if we're not careful, we won't have any more citrus, or there's going to be a premium for it. And in a state like Nevada, especially, or these desert climates, citrus do so well here that we should be the ones that are producing these sort of things. So at any rate, just be aware. One of these mornings though, I'm going to get you out in your garden. Let's grow.